This is Talktime. The net is getting wider with anti-graft operatives arresting more people in connection with alleged illegal arms deals linked to former NSA Sambo Dasuki.
Former Sokoto State Governor Tahiru Bafarawa has been detained. So also has media boss Raymond Dokpesi and no fewer than 20 other people.
Well, they are being interrogated on accusations they received huge sums of monies from Dsuki.
Now, those monies were meant to be used to buy arms for the military and security agencies.
Well, Dsuki himself has been rearrested in breach of a high court order that he be allowed to travel abroad for medical care.
We're going to be looking at this issue from the security and legal point of view. From Abuja, we have retired Colonel Zubair Ahmed, and here in Lagos, we have a lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria, that's Paul and Nanaba. Good to have you, gentlemen. But let me start with you, Paul and Nanaba. What do you think about the events that have led to, the arrest, the eventual arrest of Sambo Dasuki and all this number of people that are being tied into the $2 billion military hardware scam?
Thank you so much. It is a good development that our laws are beginning to be applied. The challenge in this country has been that we have failed to identify a crime as a crime. We define crimes and conducts based on either ethnic backing or religious sentiments. So that when someone, as these arrests are being made, people will just go and say that, well, it's because the man is from South or from North or Southeast or whatever. Now, I hope we are beginning to overcome that. There is this war on corruption, and there are facts that I imagine, and anyone that is caught on the wrong side of the law should be prosecuted. What I will not subscribe to is trump up charges. But it's obvious that this Dasuki and security issues fund issue is real. You can imagine how much $2 billion is. And some people are already agreeing and admitting that they even collected up to 2-point-something billion naira, and then from this NSA for campaign. So I think it is something that is worth to be sustained. Every person must be given ample opportunity to defend himself. There should be due process, and there should be no witch hunting. Removing that, anyone caught on the wrong side of the law should be prosecuted, so that we don't begin to reward crime in this country. Thank you.
All right, just hold it there. Ahmed, I'm coming to you. What's your scorecard of the anti-corruption war of President so far?
Yeah, I will say that I can't give a scorecard because I'm not Mr. President, and but all I want to say is that the anti-corruption drive of Mr. President is on course, and I think the way he's going about it, I'm in support, and I think most Nigerians who are actually in line with curtailing this corruption, bug, in the nation polity, should support Mr. President's drive on anti-corruption.
All right, let me come back to Paul Nanaba, who is a legal luminary himself. The Federal High Court had granted bail to Sambo Dasuki on personal recognition. But now the federal government wants the court to revoke the bail that was granted him. How does this place the judiciary really? And, what's your take on that?
It means that there is access to the judiciary, but much more, you will see that the bail the court granted was based on the facts available to the court as at that time. Now, there is nothing that prevents the court from revoking a bail or from setting aside this decision or from proceeding in another capacity when there is fresh evidence that the facts upon which an earlier decision was taken no longer is the position. So the issue is not even about bail. The issue is about much more of allowing him to travel out of the country. The order of court allowing him to travel, I think, with the emerging facts and admissions, the government is in a well position to challenge that now, to ask the court to set it aside, or even to appeal on it using fresh evidence.
I'll ask you to hold on. I'm coming back to you, Ahmed, there in Abuja. What's your view on the perception in some quarters that the president's war on corruption is selective?
Yes, yes, that's how that's how Nigerians will want to take things. Like the learned gentleman over there had spoken that most problem in Nigeria, when especially people are found to be corrupt, it is seen in ethnic and religious views. Until such a time that crimes are punished for what they are through the due process, because it's the democratic setting now, which will, play less the religious and ethnic, side of things. And I don't think that Mr. President is being selective. Selective in what sense? You come to see that because you caught a thief, and he will tell you that he is not the only one. You should go out and catch as many as possible before you can sort his case out. I think the way Mr. President is going about it is those, facts available to him and which are very, documented should be taken care of. And one, it will send signal to those who had done the same or similar, offenses, to know that the law will catch up with them. It might be slow in coming, but we cannot have all going at the same time. To me, what Mr. President is doing is not selective, and I think the way he's going about it is just okay.
All right, still remaining with you before I go to Paul Anaba. The EFCC, the judiciary, have been, under the searchlight recently for the same issue of corruption. Now, do you think they have the moral high ground to be able to execute, this war against corruption, to the point where Nigerians everywhere will be satisfied?
I want to believe that just like the law says that until things are proved against you, you'll be seen to not to be guilty. So if you see some time ago, a Caesar of one of these anti-corruption, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu, said when you fight corruption, corruption will fight back. So there's going to be a whole lot of efforts out there to see, because it's a cover-up. Yes, the people who are charged with the responsibility of making sure they deal with corrupt practices, definitely people are going to come against them, and they are going to, until they can prove their own case against whoever. Whoever is guilty of corruption should be punished appropriately.
All right, you hold it.